Okay, we're starting and we are live. Hopefully, we are unlisted for at least till Saturday. And I'm Mary, the Pittsburgh artist. And today, my special guest is Diana of Artfully Blind with Diana and Just Diana, Fabulous Over 50. And we're going to interview her today regarding her background and some of the things that she's done in the art field. Diana has a master's in education and a master's in fine art. So she is well established.
Yeah, master's in art education.
Art education. Wow. Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. I know that this wasn't on the list, but as a teacher, what grades did you teach, or did you teach in
Kindergarten
college?
through fifth. I was the art teacher. I taught the whole school, 500 kids.
Oh, wow.
Kindergarten through fifth grade for 25 years in a public school, inner city public school district, full time for 25 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that had to be tough.
Yeah, it was. It was a challenge.
Yes.
I'm so glad I was able to retire early and didn't get penalized for 25 years of service at the age that they required.
Oh, really? Well, that's good. Yeah,
I'm really fortunate. I'm so glad because it was so challenging. And then more challenging because the last 15 years of me teaching was when I had the vision impairment. My last 15 years, because I had normal vision most of my life until my early 40s. So that made it more challenging.
Yes. Can you just tell us a little bit about your background and how you became an artist and where that all started?
Yeah, pretty much when I was in my freshman year of high school is when I really started to love art. I took a local at the local art center. I did take art class before then, but I think in my ninth grade, when I was 14 years old, I think that's when I really loved art. And then my parents really supported it. My mom loved my art, and then my dad supported it too. So I went to Rhode Island School of Design pre-college sessions when I was 2 different summers. And you pick a major. It was like awesome. You live like in the college dormitories for 6 weeks when I was age 15 and 16. So I've been really immersed in art most of my whole life. I just keep going in that. I just kept going in that direction. And then after I was teaching, I majored in art in college. I have a bachelor's degree in art. Then after that, I got the master's degree. I worked in commercial art for 3 years. And then I also got a certificate in advertising design. And then after that, I worked in commercial design for 3 years. And then after that, I went into teaching and I have the master's in art education. And then after I was teaching for a while, I thought maybe I want to try a different field. So I tried taking graduate classes in educational psychology because I was thinking of becoming a school psychologist. And then educational administration. And then I took classes in, educational administration and school psychology, educational psychology. And then finally I decided, no, I'll get my second master's degree in fine arts. So I went to Maryland Institute College of Art for my MFA, master's in fine arts.
Oh, wow.
And I just, I live and breathe art. I sleep, live, and breathe art.
I think that's how I am too. I mean, mine was on and off I started at a young age, but it was like on and off when I was raising my family and things like that. But then when I went to college, it changed. That's where I almost minored in it, but I had to take classes after just to get an associate's.
But you have a degree, your undergraduate degree is in art?
No, it's actually in business.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I never did anything that I went to school for, but it was a good experience, So what current art trends are you following?
Watching your YouTube channel? One of them that's really weird is it's strange to me, and I'm following, not that I like it, but I started learning more about it. It was the crypto art. And you have to you buy crypto art with cryptocurrency, and there's a few websites that do it. And so it's only digital art, but the digital art, and I've done quite a bit of digital art. I call myself a multimedia artist. I work in many different mediums, except sculpture. Sculpture is like practically only like 3D is kind of the only, except for I had made jewelry before. But I've done quite a bit of digital art on my iPad, like eight or nine, yeah, about 10, I mean, 8 years of digital art on my iPad, quite a bit of it. But anyway, so the crypto art has to be digital art, and you turn it into an NFT, which they call a non-fungible token. And then the thing is, people can make like anybody can make copies of some artwork that somebody else owns. The thing is with crypto art is that the owner is the person that bought the NFT and stores it on a blockchain. See, all this is really weird technology. And the blockchain, what the blockchain is about is really just like, to boil it down to the simplest terms, it's like an internet ledger, and it documents who owns what. So if forever, it will be in the records that person owns that piece of digital art. Wow. There's digital art that's been sold for multi-millions, like just in October, no, just the other day, or was it in October? And I'm confused about that. But for there's one of the biggest digital artists who sells NFTs. I think that's all he sells is NFTs. His digital art has been made into NFTs. He's called Beeple, B as in boy, EEPLE, and he sold one of his digital art pieces recently for like 55 million. Wow. And Christie's is involved in it now too. They've sold some crypto art. And then Banksy has destroyed one of his original art pieces and made it into an NFT. And wow. So I'll have to check that out. I think I saw something over Sunday morning on CBS. They were talking about that. Yeah, a lot. It's in It's a lot in the news. If you do a Google search, you're going to find a lot of recent news. Like within a few days ago, last week, there's a lot of news about it. Wow, that's kind of neat. Yeah. And because I think there's a rising trend in that, because also now a lot more people are buying cryptocurrency. Like me and my husband, we've invested in cryptocurrency now also. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, wow. There's so many interesting things out there. You just, can't keep up with it all. So let me ask you a question about your YouTube. What does it mean to be a YouTuber to you? Oh, but the thing that I really love about YouTube is the community. I have a community of like a virtual community of friends that I don't know. It's wonderful. And, I do things like I'm in 2 video hops per month with a group of community of artists, 2 video hops every month, plus in addition to that, a live stream hop, an artist live stream hop every month. So and then see, I've been on YouTube. Had my channel for 5 years, and in that 5 years, I've just met so many people and been in different communities and met so many different people, and I love that. And I love making videos. I actually love the thing about making videos. I really like editing. I really like that. And so that's one thing that got me started in it. I really like editing. I really like making videos. My channel's grown really slowly. In fact, I have a friend who started within months of the same time as me. Like within 2 months of each other, we started YouTube at the same time, and she's at 13,000 subscribers, and so I haven't grown that much. I'm just like 6 away from 3,000 subscribers, but my channel has grown really slowly. And I did take 9 months off one time. I walked away from it for 9 months, and then I came, and then I don't know. It's so hard to grow, like I've been wanting. It is. I try all these different things. Like the people, like I follow all these different YouTube experts, like Brian G. Johnson, Dean Emin, and I follow what they say, and I'm like, that didn't work. Yeah. That didn't work. That didn't work. Oh, that kind of worked. Nothing really is like. The one thing that really has worked, I think different things work for different people. I have to say the thing that's worked the best for me, I've done lots of collaborations, and I think and I call a video hop, there's all different kinds of collaborations. Like this is called a collaboration when you, this is called a collaboration. Right. Even an interview is a collaboration. So, but the thing that's worked the best for me for growing my channel is, where I got big jumps was these video hop these recent video hop and live stream collaborations. And also
I think so too. I'm in one too, a hop, but I haven't done anything with that yet because it was like too quick for me. But yeah, I've been on it for 3 years and it's just a slow process, very slow. And like you say, some people, I think if you're young and bubbly and all that kind of stuff, those people seem to grow really fast.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if you, but then there's all different kinds of people that grow. Like there's this cantankerous old man. He's not an art channel, but people love him and he just rants and his channel's big and he just rants. He's like an old grandpa kind of thing. I think he's called, I don't know if that's what, no, there is another channel with that word name in it, but, no, but he's like rants a lot and people like it.
Yeah, I guess it's just.
I think there's all different kinds of people that but I think you can succeed on YouTube, but I don't think you just have to be young and bubbly. I think there's all different kinds of people that can succeed, that have succeeded.
Well, that's true. I shouldn't say that, but I just noticed that a lot of younger, people that I've been watching, it seems like they've really, and then some people are just like, I don't know, because they have the success, they don't want to be bothered too. Like, it's kind of weird, it's just, there are many different ways here. So I guess you kind of just have to keep going, forging on.
You want to, sometimes I think like, well, yeah, I could keep going and going, but it's the success that I wanted in my mind, it isn't guaranteed. That may or may not happen. It doesn't happen. It may not, I don't think it happens for everybody. True. Just because you keep going and going and that success is not guaranteed. So a lot of people, I guess they want to keep positive. So they say, oh yeah, just keep going and going. You'll get there. And I'm like, I don't think you necessarily can get the place that you want to be, but I think, I guess your channel will always keep improving. If you keep going and going, you keep trying to make improvements, your channel will grow, but some channels grow really fast and other channels grow medium and some grow slower.
Right. That's true. I agree with that.
You have to enjoy the journey. Well, that's my answer for another question later on, but yeah, like you have to enjoy the process, process instead of only thinking like, oh no, I'm waiting for the end result and then I'm going to only like it then.
Yeah, I mean, I just enjoy it. I just enjoy teaching it. So that's my thrill. It's my escape from reality here, like in life and all the things that are going on right now. So I do enjoy doing the YouTube.
Oh, that's the thing about that's the thing I've learned from YouTube experts, that you either have to entertain or you have to educate. That's basically the two genres that are on YouTube. You're either entertaining or you're educating. Right. So I spent 25 years educating. Like I could have a channel about making like art projects for children, but I feel like oh no, I feel like I'm back working again.
Yeah.
The whole thing to make a video about, like if I was to make a video about the way I teach, I'd have to show slides of artists that influence this, or I don't know. Maybe it could, since I did it for 25 years, you think maybe it might be easier, but I've avoided that direction. Just because I thought like, no, I'd rather
want to do something that you enjoy too. I mean, I'm sure you enjoy teaching, but it's just that you want to, now that you're retired and away from that, you want to do something else. That's how I feel too. I don't want to be doing oil and gas.
Yeah, teaching to children. Like if I was, because I have a lot of background on teaching art to children, but I guess I don't feel like making videos about that because they would feel like, oh, like I'm working again.
Yeah. You got to enjoy your life now, So let me see. I don't think I asked this question. The advice that you would give to new YouTubers. What type of advice?
Yeah. I would say that YouTube is not a race. It's a journey or a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so much other kind of advice that you can give, like all the stuff I've learned from YouTube experts. And I would say follow YouTube experts, some of the YouTube experts so you can learn best practices that in YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And that just remember, it's not a race, it's a journey or a marathon.
Right, right. Don't get wrapped up in trying to make a big success of it. Just like kind of take one step at a time. Yeah. So, well, here, I know that you were saying how your blindness that you had like in the last 15 years of teaching. So, can you just tell us a little bit about that and how it contributes to your artwork?
Mm-hmm. I was born with it, but I have it's an extremely rare retinal disease, which is hereditary, but it's like both my parents had to have recessive genes to give it to me, and it doesn't show up anywhere in my immediate family. So it must have showed up in generations past, but it doesn't show up anywhere else in my immediate family. And I was born with it, but it did not show itself. I didn't even know I had it until my early 40s. I had the more rare kind. I'm very fortunate. Actually, I'm very fortunate that it didn't show up in childhood. I had normal vision. I had no clue. I had normal vision. I didn't even wear glasses. I didn't even wear glasses until my 30s, and I would only wear glasses for driving. So I had completely normal vision, not even wearing glasses up until early 40s. And then starting at age 35, they could not correct my vision to 20/20. It was slightly off, and they couldn't correct it to 20/20, and they didn't know why. So they kept a tabs on me, and then 5 years went by. They couldn't correct. I mean, it was just off a little bit. I could keep driving. I still could drive then, and then they didn't know why. And then I developed, finally, after 5 years, I developed another symptom of a blind spot in my central vision, and then they knew what I had, and it's called cone dystrophy. And it's not going to lead to it's not like retinitis pigmentosa, which leads to total blindness. I'm so glad it's not going to lead to total blindness, because that would totally turn my life upside down. It's not going to lead to total blindness. I'm very glad for that. And I didn't lose my color vision, because some people with this disease, they lose their color vision, because color is very important in my art.
Well, yeah.
And I consider myself a colorist. And so
does it like hinder any of your artwork? I mean,
yes. Like I always had learned, step back, step away. You know how they say, step away and look at it. I can't do that. I cannot step away from my artwork and look at something from far away. Also really detailed work. Like if something's highly detailed, I have to be this far away with a magnifying glass. Like this, and it hurts my neck and shoulders. So I'm down here like this. So more recently, like a few months ago, I took this online watercolor class, and a lot of the whole thing was such detailed work. I was doing these watercolor portraits, and I just found myself constantly over like this, like 1 inch away with my magnifying glass. And I said, my neck and shoulders hurt so much. I can't do this kind of artwork. Now, I don't feel like even if I didn't have this vision disability that I could be doing artwork like that, though. But that, I guess, I don't know if you call that high. I think that's highly detailed, but as opposed to artwork where it's more loose, I think I really should go more in that direction. I don't know. I think I should go more in the direction of more loose and.
Well, that's a lot of artists are like, they call it more painterly. Where and those paintings are beautiful, know. So, but I mean, I can't.
I would never,
having that problem. It's just sad.
I don't think I would, even if I didn't have this vision disability, I would not be going in the direction of realism, more and more realism. I believe I would be an abstract artist anyway. I mean, in my abstract work, though, there's always an element of realism in it. Like, and most of my abstract work is not non-objective, which means that it's all just color, shapes, and patterns, where you don't see any kind of thing. It's just color, shapes, and patterns. That I kind of tend not to do that kind of work. I always have some kind of element of representation in it, where you can see something in it, and then it could be like unrealistic colors, or it could be like with a pattern background or unrealistic background, but there always seems to be some kind of element of representation in it, even though it's abstract. And so and on camera, it's a problem. Like sometimes, like some of the details in the work, like even if a work is not highly detailed, there's some details, and then my head could get in the way of the camera. Like if I'm doing a live stream, it can be a struggle, because I'm like, oh God, I gotta keep my head out, or just only for a few seconds or a minute, like lean up close, and so I have a struggle with that. Like, oh no, I don't want to get my head in the camera. But with video editing, though, I can zoom up places where my head was in the way, possibly. So video editing and videos, I can work around that in a way. But with it's still a struggle. But in live streams, it's really a struggle of and then I keep telling myself, why am I doing this kind of work? I should just kind of do loose work where I'm not going to strain my neck and shoulders and strain to see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just somehow I don't go completely in that direction.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It would be, I think it would be because it would be a change of it would be a change of what kind of art that I naturally do or something.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it has to come from within, and if you're like changing things, it just doesn't like work as well either, you know. I know, I mean, I've had trouble with my head getting in the way too. And, you know, then I'm thinking when I'm looking at it and re-editing, I'm thinking, I can't believe my head and my hand was in the way there, you know? So, I mean, it's just, I think unless you have somebody like holding the camera for you, you know, like I do everything myself. So I don't know if you have anybody to help you to do that. It just, yeah, you're just like me, you know, we just do it ourselves, and it's hard. It's hard. So, well, my last question here for you is where can we find you on, like, do you have a website, social media?
Yeah, I still have a website. I've been thinking about why I even have the website, but it's called serenitystudioart.com, where there's access. You have access to 2 of my online classes. I only have 2 online classes. One of them is a digital art class, that I have, and then it's paid. They're both paid. And then another one is an encaustic painting class, which it's called vintage. Oh, what do I call it? Vintage whimsy and wax, because encaustic painting is painting with molten wax. And so anyway, when you get on my website there, you'll have the link to my 2 online classes, and then I don't know, a gallery of my work, and then a bio and whatever, you know, like what a website has.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my website, and then and then on social media, on Instagram and Twitter and on YouTube, I have the same name, Artfully Blind with Diana, on those 3. But on Facebook, I'm just Diana Art.
Okay. Well, we'll have those links in the information section below so that people can get to you a little easier, and hopefully, you know, you'll get some traffic there from the people that I have. I mean, I don't have very many either. I've only got like about 1,400 people. I guess that's good, you know, but you know, at least it sends some traffic back and forth, and they get to meet you, and you're very remarkable for sure. And I noticed too that you have some of your paintings in different galleries around, so that's kind of interesting.
I don't have gallery representation, but my most recent the show that I was most recently in was a juried show. It was an international juried show, and the gallery is in London, and one of my 2 of my, like, I entered 3 pieces, 2 pieces got accepted, and then they had it a virtual. It was last year, and the theme for the show was 2020. What your ideas and images were about, and what you created, and what your ideas are about 2020. And so I entered 3 pieces. 2 of them got accepted, and then one of them got into their magazine, which I don't know if they print the magazine, but it's available online. It got into their magazine, and then it got into their runners up into their virtual art show, which was in February. So it was a virtual art show with the theme 2020. And then from there, they picked 10 winners that had a real life gallery show.
Nice.
A group show, a 10. Yes, they run a lot of juried shows. I see that they're always looking for artists to apply to their shows, and so I don't know what gallery I have had. I've been in a lot of group shows, and I've only had like well, I've had 2 real life solo shows, and then, well, and then online solo shows that I was connected with this one Facebook group. No, Facebook. Yeah. Facebook, this Facebook group, and it was like, and he would offer you a solo show, like online solo show. So I had quite a few online solo shows with that, with it. Yeah. It's a Facebook group.
Yeah.
He runs a bunch of different Facebook groups where he's always like, exhibiting artist work.
Yeah. Yeah. Things kind of stopped for me with the, COVID. I was like doing a lot of that, but I don't want to go out too much if I can help it, because, with the age and trying to find a vaccine, I'm having a hard time. I don't know if you are, but having a hard time trying to find a place to go to get the vaccine. So
I don't want it.
You don't want it?
I don't want to take it. I'm not taking it. And I might change my mind once I see how things play out. But with the information I have, I don't want it.
Well, I'm a little afraid too.
But if I was older, if I was in my late 60s and 70s and all that and up, I might feel differently about it. I might probably consider it more strongly, because I know it's like that the virus hits harder that age population.
Well, yeah.
So what is it? One or the other. You could get the virus, or some people have bad reactions to the vaccine. So
yeah,
I would have different ideas about it if I was in a different age group, older. So, but for now, with my situation and the information I have, I know. So,
well, I'm a little afraid too. It's like an up and down. I'm, back and forth with it. But I do a part-time, I'm probably ranting, I should be interviewing you, but I do a part-time thing with AR Workshop. And what we do is, instead of painting pictures, we're doing things on wood. So you're like making things out of wood and, doing
really?
Things. Oh, it's really cool.
It's online?
No. I actually do this. When I retired, I just wanted to keep myself busy, Well, now I'm getting older and it's getting harder for me to do. But here the other day, there was a party for little kids, and one of the kids tested positive for COVID. Well, luckily I wasn't there for that party, So I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure whether I should continue to work or just forget about it and just stay at home and let this whole thing, pan out.
Yeah. If you're in that certain age group, I'd be very careful too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm close to 70. So, I mean, I'm a little worried, My husband got the vaccine, and his second injection just about killed him. I mean, he was really down, and he doesn't normally get sick, but he really felt lousy. Yeah. He felt pretty bad. I mean, it took him a couple days to get over it. So,
you said it almost killed him? You mean that big? Do you mean that literally?
No.
Because that's true. That could happen.
Well, I know. Well, you know how it is for men. It's like 10 times worse for men.
No, not in my case. I have a very low tolerance for pain. Well, I'm not like a lot of women where they have some high tolerance for pain. I have really low tolerance for pain.
Yeah, me too. And he got so sick, and I'm thinking, well, if he got that sick, it's going to be worse for me, because I'm always worse. But anyways, yeah, so it's just a little scary, the whole thing. I mean, that's why I like doing the YouTube, because I can do what I like and still be at home, Yeah. So, but, well, Diana, I really appreciate you taking the time out and interviewing here with me. And this will be up on Saturday. So around 5 o'clock, I have it. So we'll do it.
Are you going to have a premiere?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do a premiere for it. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice.
Oh, so, 5 o'clock, you said?
5 o'clock. And that's our time.
Okay, yeah. I got to see if we can change when we go out, because usually we go out to eat around every Saturday night at 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we can go out at 3:30, and then I can be back in time.
Well, I'm going to probably be working.
Oh, okay. You might not be there.
Yeah, I might not even be there. I mean, I could probably do it earlier, maybe around noon. Maybe we could do it around noon.
Noon I could make.
Yeah, that might work because I think I start later. So yeah, that might work. Okay, let me do it that way. I'll do it for noon. Okay. Well, thanks again, Diana. It was a pleasure.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.